Welcome back to part
Hello.
two.
Part two
Part two.
of Basic Grounded for Witches, which we don't have a title for, but stay tuned.
Because we'll
It'll
name
most
it
likely be a
something
long
fun and regarding witches.
part two.
Part two.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So
Love
yes,
it.
part two of types of witches. Or I like to think
Yay.
of like fun names for the episodes. Like,
I know, you
I
do such a
mean,
great job.
oh, thank you. Sometimes it's like, what does that mean? And sometimes it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it worked in my head and I thought it was funny,
Yeah.
so it's all good. So
I think
let's
at the end of the day, as long as you or I or both thinks it's funny, then that's kind of what we're
exactly.
here. That's what the podcast is. We're here for
Exactly.
ourselves.
Yeah.
If there was anyone that wants to be involved, whether that is someone who wants to listen, watch, or even be a part of the episodes, we're here for it. That's a
Fucking let
complete
us
bonus.
know. We like love
Yeah.
having guests on and like shooting the shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and if we record
We
it, we
just want to
record
know
it.
your stories too. Like that's like the biggest
Exactly.
part of it. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be on like a very specific brand or you
No.
have to own a store or anything like that. Like we just
No.
want to know we want to know what
Hmm.
your experience is. We want to learn
No.
from you as well.
And it's really interesting that we talk about this because I've been in chats with a girl I met off TikTok.
Mhm.
And I won't give her away just yet because I really want to like give her full episode when we get to
I know.
record it
We're
because
so
we'll
excited.
get to at the end of the month here or early next month, which is amazing. But
Mhm.
she has like written a book and like so I'm in the process of reading it right now. But truthfully, I shouldn't say it has nothing to do with witchcraft, but it's like her entry into this world. Do you know, not entry
Okay.
into the world, but like her past is kind of influenced how she operates now. As I mean, all of us have, right? But
Hmm.
hers is like, yeah, anyway, so she came from a place of abuse.
Wow.
And it's really powerful stuff. Anyway, so like
Cool.
you can basically this is a realm for everyone, every witch person.
Absolutely.
And your
Everyone is
stories,
welcome.
yeah, and your path and your story is not going to look like the next person. So we're totally
Totally.
interested. Even if you
Yeah.
like, yeah, just like we'd love to hear what you have to say. And
And
yeah.
speaking of that too,
Mhm.
we love when people connect with us in our DMs on Instagram,
Mhm.
through email, all that kind of good stuff. But we are looking for some testimonials, whether that is where you find your podcasts or on YouTube or sent straight to us. We love it. And we'd love to kind of share that just to kind of, it makes us
Mhm.
feel good when you reach out and you're like, I'm listening, um,
Exactly.
or what you thought of it, or you've like reshared our
Mhm.
posts or episodes. Like, oh my God, that makes our hearts feel so
Exactly.
full.
But yeah,
So
and I like
we
any
love the
tips,
feedback.
anything is great.
Yeah.
I was talking with a friend of mine here and she had recently watched or listened to the Empath Sisters episode 5.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And she's like, it was so great, but she's like, when it comes to like entities inside my house, I had to turn it off because I do not claim that. I was like, that's totally fair. I
Oh,
totally
fair.
understand. I'm like,
That's totally
just skip
fair.
forward like 60 seconds, maybe like two of
Maybe
those.
skip one episode that's going to be coming up.
Exactly. Well, maybe. But
Maybe.
anyway, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. But that was like I totally respect that. And I think it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, as like when you're a light worker, like most of us are, like it's yeah,
Yes.
it's but you can do that. If you are listening to something that we're saying that you do not like want to think about, just say you don't claim it. Just say, nope,
Yeah.
not mine.
That's
Literally
not mine.
brush it off, open
Let it
that
again.
door, window, and shoo it out, and you're be grand. You'll be
Yeah.
grand.
Get it the heck out of there.
Get the heck out of here. Yeah. So since
Exactly.
we're chatting about like getting started, I'm gonna
Yes.
get started. Is that cool?
I love it. Yes.
Okay, cool
Yes.
beans. So
For it. Sorry, I'm just struggling. All right, we're
I don't
good.
know, it's okay.
We're good.
To kind of quickly recap from where we were last time, we left off on Grey Witch. There is no like numerical
Yes.
proper order to all of this, but it's nice to kind of be like, oh, point of reference to spark that, like, oh yeah, it was a week ago. Where are we at? Grey Witch. So
Yeah.
Grey Witches again would be those that work in the white and the dark magic.
Yeah.
So they can work on curses and hexes and whatnot, but their main focus would primarily be to redirect bad energy. So
Ah.
anyways, so yes, I have it all written down in one order, but I really wanted to jump around a little bit because I figure let's make our baby steps and
Ye-
go in one step at a time. So let's start with baby witch.
I love it.
That's like where everybody starts off. I know that sounds like such a silly term, a baby witch, but it's like where we all
No,
are, right? Everybody is
that's where we all
the
are.
exactly. So for those that are just kind of getting started or just kind of beginning to, get interested. And that might be like from listening to this podcast. You might have seen something on Witch Talk or, or something on social media. That you don't really necessarily follow any specific, not doctrines, but rituals or anything like that, but it's something that you're going to be, you experiment with different things as well as kind of build your own over time. So yeah, so that's baby witch.
Okay, sorry. Could you repeat that? Like, what would be the most basic definition of a baby witch that you? Because I know that was just like is it just like your starting point that
I
you're
would say
just
just
trying
the
to figure it all
starting
out?
point. Yeah, when you're trying to sample things as well, right? Because do I have? Oh, I guess actually, this baby witch leads into my next one, which would be an eclectic.
Perfect.
Yeah, an eclectic witch. So when you think of
Okay.
eclectic, you think of like many things. I don't know if you think of like many objects or you're very eclectic. You like different things. So that would be like the cafeteria picker of witchcraft. Do you know what I mean?
So like the buffet, you
the
mean?
buffet picker. Yeah, cafeteria. I don't know. I was the buffet picker.
Sorry.
But
the cafeteria witch.
the cafeteria witch. The buffet witch. But Jeremy,
Buffet witches make
that does make more sense. Okay, I get that. But
like,
yeah, so
like lots of options, like lots
Yeah,
of options.
exactly. So you might be like a
Okay.
cherry picker and take from this and that, and maybe kind of
Ooh.
build your own kind of stuff from that. But it's
Yep.
going to be whatever suits
like it.
you best. So I like that. And I think because it goes hand in hand with like baby, which it's like, yeah, like we're going to try different things and we may not pursue them fully, but like, at least you've experimented. And then you might pick, bits of this and bits of that, but you don't like that about this, it's all custom. So I really like that term eclectic. I always say like myself, I'm like a jack of all trades. Like I can do a lot of different things. And that would be kind of like this form for me would be eclectic is like, I really like crystals. I really like healing magic. I really love candle magic. I really like, my cosmos, I think that's where that suits me a little bit. Cause again, I like all the things and sometimes I just can't pick one. So yeah.
I like it.
So yes, on to the next one. We're moving quick already. Oh my goodness.
I know we got lots to go through, but that's good.
That's
fine.
We'll
take it.
Yeah. The next one on my list is folk witches. So a folk witch would be like magic that's been passed down. So this goes quite hand in hand with what we talked about in the last episode, which would be like a hereditary witch. So a folk witch is again magic that's been passed down. We focus more on, hold on, I gotta get my focus on magic that's been like passed down through family or generation or even through like your local community. I immediately think of practical magic because it's like
I know. I also think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like through generations.
Exactly. So like through like the history and like the origin of, the rituals and whatnot. So they could work with, different locations that they're from. They could work with different plants in their area. But yeah, it's going to be more of like the folk stuff. Think of tradition when it comes to folk. Yeah.
I like
also, what a name or what a word, folk.
Yeah. It doesn't even like considering, like how hereditary or generational or like there's so many different words, but folk makes it sound folk you.
Folk you. Because you have to say the L. Folk. I'm a folk witch. Did you see my face when I folk?
I did. Oh my god. Where's the coffee? Where's the coffee?
I know exactly.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's good. Sad existence with zero coffee. I can send you.
I have
instant cappuccino package,
but
and just like mix them up with the water.
Well, that's awful. I have like a pour over that I've been doing, but I'm like the only one in this house who drinks coffee. So then I have a little individual like coffee press, but it's like so tiny that it's like, okay, that's 1 cup of coffee. Okay. Like one like small cup of coffee.
When you have 2 kids, you're like, I'm sorry, I need the whole pot of coffee.
Well, and I have like a bigger press, so that's been good. But then it's like it makes like 2 really large cups of coffee or probably like 3 normal size cups of coffee. But like my cup is big, right? I didn't have it, but like I like a big cup of coffee. So I usually can get like 1.5 out of that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But today with these darn kids being the way that they are,
darn kids.
these darn kids. but
I'm
that's
kidding.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
and you don't like energy drinks or like fizz sticks or anything
don't.
that you're like, nah.
I don't
So,
love
and
them.
there's
Yeah.
no caffeinated tea that you really like there that you could just like also have.
I don't know. Like I could, like we have tea, like right, like oh my God, people that are in Ireland know like tea is like their thing. Like that is like a
Yeah.
very
And it is
English,
very
very
delicious. It's
European
so good.
thing. It's great.
Yeah.
But like I will say, okay, so we just brought in a brood. It's a brood of chickens, a bunch of chickens, a flock of chickens.
Yeah.
We got 8 chickens the other day,
Yeah.
8 of
You got a
them.
litter of chickens.
So we're good for eggs. We already have had, okay, so we got 8 chickens yesterday, literally
Yeah.
yesterday, and we've already had
Yeah.
7 eggs.
Holy shit, that's
7
amazing.
eggs, and I've already used one of them because
They're dropping like flies.
I made pancakes this morning, so I needed
Oh
an
my
egg, and I was
God.
like, I'll use one of my fresh eggs from my hens that I'm
Can you
working.
taste? Does it taste different from like eggs from the
No,
grocery store?
no, it looks
Okay.
really good. I mean, again, eggs from the grocery store
Hmm.
here are different from eggs back home because they are like
That's also
not
true.
refrigerated from the start. So, although we
Yeah.
refrigerate them, but like I will say when I
No,
wash
it's
the
true.
eggs, because you like collect them
Oh yeah, you
and
have to
and
wash
then you
them.
have to
Oh.
wash them, and I'm like, I've never
Ugh.
wanted to
I don't think I
know.
could eat egg at all.
I've
I'm
never
like,
wanted to do this.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
Mm.
we'll rinse them.
I
I'm like, oh no, we're gonna wash them real well.
oh, we're gonna create a
Mhm.
lather. Oh,
They
hi,
got
honey. Yeah, I
lathered.
see.
Yeah. Oh, hello, honey. Yeah.
Yeah, honey needs to be a part of everything.
Yeah,
She's the baby
exactly.
girl who's a lot attention seeker,
Yeah,
especially because Grizzly's behind me. They're both hiding behind, which is
exactly.
fine. Now you just see these two
Tails.
tails just
Yeah. Yes. But yes, back to
Types of witches.
tea.
Oh, tease.
We're not back. We're like we're
No, we're not
working
there
our
yet.
way back there.
We're not there
But yeah,
yet.
so we're good on the egg front. We've got
Yeah.
a big supply.
Just
But
wash them thoroughly.
exactly. But we go through milk like crazy, like absolutely nuts. Okay, so like
Because
in
of the tea?
Canada, the tea, everybody drinks tea. And like I drink
Ah.
my coffee black, but I'll have a little bit of milk in my tea, right? That's just like whatever,
Yeah.
not too milky, just a little bit, right? But like we go through like, okay, so in Canada you can get like the big 4 liters, right? Like
Yeah,
so here the biggest you can get is like maybe a 2 liter. I don't know.
yeah. Okay.
But like I think we go through like they're like decent size. Like, I mean, that's like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like still
Like,
like
is that
a lot of milk.
like a 2 liter or like a 1 liter, do you figure?
No, it's like it's bigger than a 1 liter. It would might even be
Okay.
like a 2.5 liter. Do you know what I mean? It's not a
Wow,
4 liter because they don't
okay.
make them that big. But anyways, it's big. It's a
Right.
lot of milk. We go through
Yeah.
probably 3 or 4 of those a week.
Holy shit.
So you can imagine we're always at the store buying.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
milk.
like, do you go there every day?
We have a second fridge now. We've had to get a second mini fridge, or like no, the first
God.
mini fridge. to
And they
our
don't
fridge.
have any they don't have any type of like Costco big
No.
box store, hey? They just have
Not
like
here.
smaller places like Tesco.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's Tesco and Aldi and Lidl or whatever, but and super
Right.
value. That's what it's called. But
What is it
yeah,
called?
super value. But you can buy milk
Super
wherever.
value.
Super value. But yeah, it's like you go through milk like crazy. It's absolutely
Huh.
nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Wild.
Yeah.
That
So
is
tea,
nuts.
but everybody drinks tea. Everybody drinks tea, and it's
But it does
always
taste
milky
more
tea.
delicious there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just Barry's tea. I don't know. It's like
Ah,
English tea or
delicious.
Irish breakfast tea or whatever. But you
Oh,
ask
so
anybody,
good.
it's not the same. Whatever it is, I don't know. I'm not going to get into the tea fight with anybody
Yeah.
who's listening. But yeah.
By the time this
Anywho,
episode airs too, my parents will have gone to see Jessica and
Yes.
she will have loaded their suitcase with treats for me.
Good treats. Exactly. Yeah. By the time this airs, they should be in Europe still. They would have
Yeah.
had their week with me, and they'll be like off in wherever.
Enjoying their amazing adventures.
Wherever
that
they
they're
happen to
gonna go on.
be. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to see more of
So-
Europe than I've ever seen of Europe at this point in my life. So
Oh yeah. Well, they're living the moment, those two.
it's not hard to beat though. I've seen England and Ireland, and only a little bit of England, and I've seen a bit of Ireland now, I suppose, but
More than me, I've literally seen 3 places in Ireland, and that was Dublin, it was Killarney, and Cork for a day.
yes, Cork for a day.
And nothing else
That was
nothing
more than
else
enough
to go to
Cork.
the trampoline park.
Exactly, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Anyways, well, that's good that we were chatting about. I didn't even plan to talk about eggs or milk or we need a cow. This is
Milk.
what I was gonna say.
I
So
know.
we go to the store, we have the chickens for the eggs,
Oh.
we should get a cow for the milk. Okay, that really took a long
So
time.
now you're just gonna have a full farm.
Exactly. I had to drive that home.
We got there.
We got
It
there.
took a while.
Just forgot where we were going. Stopped
We
for
had to take the
directions.
long way.
Yeah, exactly. We
The
stopped for
scenic
directions,
route.
but actually asked for the wrong
we got
place.
there.
And exactly. But anyways, so yes, let's go
Yeah.
into
And then have to go
cooking.
back for the other direction.
Cooking. I was gonna say, say kitchen witch. I was like cooking witch.
Kitchen?
A cooking kitchen.
Ah, the cooking witch.
Ah, the
cooking
cooking witch. The kicking. Oh my
Oh,
god.
well, here
Jessica,
we go. Why
kitchen
don't you go drink some more
witchery.
of your milky tea to wake you
No,
up?
no, I've got water. I know. Mm-hmm.
God,
No.
that's funny.
Anywho,
Cooking witch.
kitchen
Oh,
witchery, cooking
Ah.
and baking.
love
So,
it.
and then again, this is like a lot of people in our lives that I know,
Oh, yeah.
whether you realize you're doing it or not, it's like, again, this is full of intention, right? So we're focusing on
our cousins are like this too.
yeah, your intention that goes into them. But sometimes we focus on like magical herbs and
Mhm.
like spices and that, then we incorporate those
Mhm.
into our recipes. But for me, even like as simple as when I stir my cup of coffee in the morning, or like preparing my cup of coffee or my cup of tea, or like
Yeah.
whatever, it's that
Yeah.
stirring motion. Literally, I focus
Yeah.
on like, oh, I'm stirring clockwise.
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 It's not cooking witchery.
I'm a cooking witch and I'm clockwise turning my tea. But anyway,
Like
so
it.
like it's just even like putting a simple act like that, and it's, you know, drawing things into me that I want or discarding things that I don't, you know, just by stirring and putting that like intention into that act prior to me
Yeah.
drinking my tea or whatever. But
Totally.
yeah, the same thing with when I was making pancakes this morning. It was like, I'm preparing this with my loved ones in mind, right? And
Yeah.
like same thing with like when I do anything, it's like with purpose, right? Like I want it to be enjoyed by all. And yes,
Yeah, you
so-
just put that extra intention there. I like that.
exactly. I love it. So you can do it in the most basic of manner, and right. So that's what I mean. Like kitchen witch is like a lot of people, but also, yeah, you might even be doing it. You don't even know. Right.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. On to the
Like
next
it.
one. A hearth witch. Hearth.
Ah.
So that would be focused on like the home, the hearth. I was like, is that like the archway of the, I don't know. Anyways, the hearth, the home. Could also kind of dabble a little bit in like kitchen witchery or like green witchery. Involves focusing on objects placed around the home or rituals around the home. So you could have like candles or crystals in specific spots of your home. You cleanse certain areas with certain things, but this is also like for those who have like a ritual cleaning, for those that like have a system of cleaning, that's it could be seen as a ritual as well, right? Like that's just like what you do, you know, to cleanse your home in your manner, right? That is like a form of ritual. So I would say that kind of
So
classifies.
it's like a witchy feng shui.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, because it kind of dabbles in a few different areas, it could be like you're cooking and cleaning and you're setting your home intention ritual. So it could be decorating your home. People love to decorate their homes. Again, like that's bringing that intention to light those candles that smell so delicious, to, you know, set your ambiance, to create your safe space for others too.
Totally.
Right. Yeah.
I like that.
I love that. I am not one of those people.
I am.
I know you are.
I'm one of those people. I'm just like looking around, I'm like, oh.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's me.
I've never been one to like decorate or anything, but like to clean, I get like that. But like I don't have like a system of anything. I mean, it's like,
whereas I definitely do. I'm like, I like to have things in their place.
Yeah. You also love to host. I feel like that could be very much in this too. I mean, again, that dabbles in like the kitchen witch a bit too, right? But to like host people in your space and to create like a loving, safe.
Well, it's like an ongoing joke, like for forever. Like this goes back to like grandma's house, like grandma's house or our parents' house growing up, or like wherever I've lived, wherever you've lived too. I feel like it's like an ongoing joke that my home is always a vortex where people just kind of lose sense of time and they don't really want to leave it. That's okay. I don't want them to leave it anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like I want them to enjoy their time, feel safe and happy in my home, wherever that home is. So I definitely feel in the home that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
When I do host, time just fades. And
exactly.
Like,
I love that.
And then everyone's, it's morning. I gotta go. You gotta go to bed. You're like, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm here for it.
People who go by hearth witch also go by house witch as well. So either or, like, so that it can be like interchangeable. But again, like, your homey rituals, your magical space is your spot. So yeah, I really love that. That definitely suits you so well.
That does. I
Yes.
never even thought about that. That's really cool.
Yes. There's literally a witch for everything. I love it.
Literally. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, psycho puppies.
I know.
Somebody has the zoomies.
Zoom
And I'm
zoom.
talking about you and
Mhm.
you. Yeah.
All right.
You
Sorry
hear
about
the
that.
clanging of the teeth. I'm very sorry.
The klingity
Have
clang.
the two babies need to always be beside me
All good. It's all
or
good.
touching me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I only have a few left.
here for it.
This other one is a ceremonial witch.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna bring up my notes here because I like have it all scribbled. When you think ceremony, what do you think of?
That's creating a rituals, right?
Yes. But
Okay,
like
so
it's all
who?
about the drama. They focus on the ceremonial magic or the high magic. So that's like more elaborate rituals or specific things that they can do, sometimes monthly, sometimes daily. Do you know what I mean? But there's going to be like the
Hmm.
people in your lives who's like they dedicate to the practice, and that's like they can't move on until it's done. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the performer of the witches, I would say. Do you know what I mean? So very ceremonial, very like
Oh. So who would you say is an example? So I could
mm,
think in my head.
I don't know anybody like this, I don't think. Unless
So I'm
I
trying to think of who would connect with that performer of a witch. Like there are some like wonderful people in my life that, you know, have been a part of like the 7 a.m. club where it's like you wake up at 7, you
Mhm.
FaceTime to keep yourself accountable with other people and you write your intentions, you do a
Yeah,
meditation, a couple yoga, and that's how you start your day. And that's you
totally.
can't start your day without that.
Yeah.
So I would assume that's something like
Yeah,
that.
I would say that that's fair because the
Hmm.
ceremony doesn't have to like look like what you'd think, right? It's a
That's
ritual of
it.
sorts, right? So,
And
yeah,
that could be cleansing your crystals every full moon or whatever the case is.
hmm
So
exactly. It
that's
could be
cool.
like, for example, like on a full moon or on like a new moon, is like literally you've got your program of sorts, like your itinerary of what you're going to be doing, and that could be like, I'm not on my phone for the next 4 hours because I'm focused my energy
Mhm.
elsewhere. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. So that's just
Yeah,
for an example. But
totally.
yeah. So
I
I thought
like
that
it.
was pretty cool because
That
it's
is
like,
really cool.
yeah. One of the next ones, I got two more. Second last one is the sea
Okay.
witch. Sea,
Ooh.
SEA witch. So that is a water based, obviously, or very connected to the ocean or water. Does a lot of that they practice a lot of water magic or use seawater or like salt water in their rituals and spells. They do associate a little bit with the cosmics because of the moon and has that,
Mhm.
control over the tides. They would have a lot of like seashells
Oh.
or beachy matter on their altar. Um, yeah, that's the biggest
Oh.
things there, which is cool. I do not know. Actually, I'd love to be a sea witch. I think that's pretty cool. Did I tell you what? Like,
You know, and you can
I
because you're right
can.
by the
I'm literally
water,
right
and there's
there.
probably seashells that you can find. Like,
Mhm.
well, and Jessica, like I've had a shell, which okay, so like random story, but I
What? Random
I
stories
love
on
that you
this
guys aren't here
podcast?
for that. um, one of so what I use to hold my Palo Santo and my sage is a seashell that I found on the beach of Saskatoon's river, which there should not be seashells there. That doesn't make any sense. There's nothing good in that river. Maybe there's fish. I don't know if they're mutated. I'm
There's
so sorry,
fishes.
Saskatoon, but it's
It's,
gross.
I don't know. It's gross. Yeah.
I wouldn't eat them.
What
Anyway,
side of the river?
so found this.
South or north?
Uh, it was by Furdale, so that's
That
south.
is the south side. So that's probably the good side because that's like it flows into Saskatoon from Ferdale. So you're probably clean, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
flows
Well,
through that way. Anyways, go
I
on.
also have no idea, but also the shell is like the size of my hand, and it is like I there's no reason why a shell like that would ever be on
I
a
know.
beach in Saskatoon
I know.
because nothing like that would grow in the water. But that's where I found it, and I've used it ever since, which has
Yeah.
been so amazing for like a couple of years now. But now that you're by the water,
Mhm.
the likelihood of you finding an actual shell is much higher.
Yeah.
So then you can finally use some beachy elements
Mhm.
in your altar.
Yeah. I've only been to the beach once so far, and I like Colin, I was surfing and
yeah.
I was doing that, attempting to.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I cannot wait to go again. I might be more of a bodyboard kind of person because
That's nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong
Well,
with
what
that.
I'll do, Jessica, is I'll send you a couple of the like little tubey things, and you can put some sand in there, and you can have some sand on your
Oh,
altar then, and you can send one of those things back to me too.
totally. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've got some of those here. I don't have some like from our spell kit. When I moved here, I like gave Brittany all my stuff to like, you
I
know,
got
to
all of it.
protect and all the things. But I do have access to, I think, a few of those. So leave that. I'll send some stuff home with mom and dad.
Yeah.
They're gonna love it. And this is the seawater for Brittany. And here is
Yeah.
the sand for
Yeah.
Brittany.
I would
And
love some seawater and
here's-
some sand.
Here's some air from Torque Mountain for Brittany.
Honestly, I'll take it. There's clouds of it. Here's her whispers of her magic. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Some rainwater
Oh
for
my
Brittany.
God, don't even tempt me. I would. My
And some
Elfberry
Irish
needs to get
rainwater.
readjusted, but yeah,
Yeah,
sweet. I'm here
okay.
for it.
I'll give you a little
Anyways.
collection. Oh my God, mom and dad have no idea.
See?
Exactly. That's hilarious. So
Right?
yes, the Sea Witch. That was pretty cool. I don't
love
know.
that.
Very like nature based,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like not in the
And
same
you have
sense.
the opportunity to become one.
Exactly. Sea Witch. And the sea is like, I mean, it's probably like a 45-minute drive, but I can live with that.
Oh.
Not even like that's going through town because I'm on the other side of Clarny, right? So it's like
Yeah.
going through the place. But yeah.
You're gonna go for the day anyway. Pack a lunch. Go
Pack
have
a
a little
lunch.
picnic.
A picnicky.
Go to Costa Coffee and
Costa and get a coffee before I go
get a
to the
mochaccino.
beach. A mochaccino. Anyways, okay, the last one. And like this
Mhm.
one is like, I'm such a prude. For those who like know me, they're like, oh, Jessica, like get over it. And I'm like, oh, my clutch, my pearls. Literally, I did that. Is a sex witch. A sexy witch.
Ooh.
Yes. This one I like did not expect, but like clearly this is like in there,
But
right?
you know,
Makes
there's
sense.
nothing wrong with being connected with your body, and if that
Mhm.
is how you can connect to the world, then
Totally.
frickin'
Exactly.
go get it.
Exactly.
Okay, so tell me more. And it's
So-
gonna be good because you have to explain it to you.
I
to
know
me.
exactly. Like this isn't something that you're telling me. Like no, I had to research it and I had to write it down. So I know, and this is like a super awkward conversation for me because, like I said, I do not like talking about this stuff. But I'll get over
know.
myself.
And I love talking about it because it makes me feel
because it makes me like I'm like blushing. I'm like, uh-huh.
And I'm just like, I'm here for it. Tell me the thing.
I have had 2 kids, so I do know a little bit. But
She has had sex twice.
2 times. That's it. I promise.
And that's all. Yeah.
And that's it, mom and
That
dad.
magic. That's
Magic.
Magic and intention.
So for a sex witch, sexuality is a sacred thing. So the
Mm.
focus is around arousal and orgasms, specifically during manifestation rituals. So it does call for a lot of self-love and yeah, I would say biggest thing is like self-love and to bring in good things. But yeah, so that's like the main focus of theirs is how they draw their
Oh.
power. Yeah.
That's really cool,
So,
actually.
I know, honestly, I was like,
The
oh,
self-love.
interesting. And of course, this could be something that's either partnered or it's a solo. But
Mhm.
it's cultivating self-love in all forms. So
But you know, that's such a great idea. I never thought about that being around or part of a manifestation ritual.
Mhm.
Why not? How else can you get that connected?
yeah.
That's actually brilliant.
Okay.
You know what? That's your homework, Jess. You're like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But that can also lead into like breath work, which is insane.
Yes.
Sometimes yoga, like there's so many different avenues that kind of help kind of connect with that self-love and that deeper level where people can go through breath work workshops and actually feel like they're that connected that they are orgasming through their breath. Which
Exactly.
is crazy. You can get that connected to your body
Exactly. I think that's
without
it.
an actual act.
Exactly. So I think, whether you're partnered or solo, it is about the cultivating your true love for yourself, I think, and your true self-love.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's important. We don't do enough of that. But anyways.
We don't because we're taught that it's taboo,
Exactly.
which is so sad. But this generation, man, this generation's coming.
Exactly.
It's taking over.
Yeah.
A new thing.
It's exactly.
Sweet.
Very good.
So shall we pull a before we
yeah.
continue,
Yeah.
before we get into our cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jessica, out of all of our list, which ones which ones or just one or whatever you think do you resonate with the most for
Well,
types of witches?
let me do a quick recap because this is part two. So we started off with, excuse me, for like the two types or whichever. So we have our coven based type of witch, or we've got our solitary witch. So again, we've got
Yeah.
our group or we've got our individual. We've got
Yeah.
those hereditary witch. So those are, magic's been passed on from the family. We've
Uh-huh.
got crystal witches. We've got cosmic witches. We've got green witches. We've got hedge witches. We've got plant witches and the gray witches. We've got baby witches and eclectic witches and folk witches,
Yes.
kitchen witches. I like that. Hearth witches, house witches. That's kind of interchangeable. A ceremonial witch, a sea witch, and a sex witch.
Yes.
I don't know where I really lie. What about you? Anything pop out to you?
Yeah, actually. So I would definitely say that I feel the most connected to. You can be every single one of these.
Oh, totally. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can be everyone. Yeah.
But I would say that I'm the most connected to Crystal Witch,
Mhm.
and I would also say the Hearth Witch.
Yeah, I totally see that for you too. Yeah.
I would say both of those are probably like my strongest, and then
Mhm.
like I would say like my third one that I'd like to like work harder into would be either Sea Witch or the Cosmic Witch.
Neat. Yeah. Oh, there's
They're
so
both
much
very
with
interesting to
cosmic.
me,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. You have to really like
so
not dedicate time, but like you can dive into any of these and spend like an
yeah.
eternity in it because
Oh my God,
it
yeah.
never ends, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think if I had to pick, I mean, this says a lot about the one I'm picking, eclectic, because I'm like, oh, I like a lot of
Ooh.
them, but I feel like I pick what I like the, as one that deals with like tarot and candle
Mhm.
magic and crystal magic and herbs. You know what I mean, I feel like I do a lot of different things. So I think that one's
Yeah,
probably like the primary one.
totally.
Although I would probably say I'm I would resonate a lot with the hedge witch. And again, that's the difference
Oh,
between a green witches are all about healing and nurturing and like very much plant-based and the power and ritual from
mhm.
the earth specifically, whereas a hedge witch is that, but not solely focused on nature. But we do more like simple and basic magic. So I think because I
Yeah,
do like, oh, I'll throw in a spice here or there, or like I'll
yeah.
put some like oh my God, what is it called? Himalayan salt in certain things. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I put it like, you know what I mean? I do like bits and bobs a little bit over,
Yeah,
that would be what I would do.
yeah.
I think. Yeah. I
Love it.
appreciate all of them, but I think those are the two that I personally resonate with.
Totally.
But
Well,
tell
and we're gonna
us. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna put a question box out
Mhm.
um when this episode when both of these episodes are
Yeah.
aired because we'd love to know which one are you resonate with. Is there anything more that you want us to send you for information? Connect
Yeah.
with us in our DMs or like we said, like
Yeah.
comment or just throw it out there. Which one do you feel like you're most connected with?
Yeah.
Do you have a coven? Are you connected with other people in your life that are very similar to you?
Do
Are
you
you
want to
working on
join
trying
a
to find?
coven? Yeah. Yeah. If you want to get connected, we can either connect you or you can join us. We always
Love
have
it.
room in our coven.
Yeah.
So our coven is
Endless.
many faces
Yeah.
and that's great.
Many
Yeah,
walks of life. And it's all about connection, just being connected in that way you don't feel alone.
exactly. Yeah. So
So,
we're all in
okay.
this together. I
That was
don't
me
know
clapping, but it was
where
not a
we
bad.
are.
It
There
was
are
not a bad
stars
clap. It was a
and we
bad clap.
see it. We're all in this together. Anyways, okay, cool beats.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is our card pull,
Oh yeah.
and I am pulling from. Oops, I'm pulling from a deck that I haven't pulled from again since I purchased it, and it's called the Fountain Tarot.
Beautiful. I
I know
love
you were there. You
these
were there when I bought it,
decks.
Jess. Don't you remember?
I
Okay,
know, but I like love the effervescence of it all. It's
I know
so
because it's just like
pretty.
this, and then it's like this.
Oh, she's like lightning.
I
She's
know.
very pretty.
She's just like, hello, I'm
Hello.
here. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, tarot. I know sometimes tarot can be a little bit harder to read for myself because I think I'm so drawn to Oracle,
Hmm.
but certain tarot decks, I'm just like,
Hmm.
I need this.
That's okay. It's beautiful. Doesn't help that you inherited like 80,000 of mine. Actually, I think I only gave you like 10. I brought
Only 10.
4. 1, 2,
I
1, 2, 3,
love
4,
it.
5. I brought 5. Is that it? Yeah, sure.
Do you
Anyways,
need
go
any
on.
more? Do you want me to send you any?
That's okay. I want to find a shop. I want to find a shop.
I know. I'm dying for you to find a shop. What you should do is
Mm-hmm.
when you get to go explore, take pictures or like
Mm-hmm. I thought,
interview
I
people who work
yeah.
there.
My girlfriend that I was walking with the other
Get,
week
get a part-time job.
get a part-time job when I'm not just visiting family, government. Um, no, a girlfriend I was walking with, she gave me like a list of places, which is so kind of her.
That's
I
awesome.
visited one, actually two of them. One's a bookstore and one's like it's like a health focus shop. So I went and I got some sage, I got some Palo Santo, and I got
Oh,
some
that's nice.
incense, and I didn't do any crystals, but I like stuck to like my necessities because I was kind of
Yeah.
sketched about bringing like my Palo Santo and my sage because I was like,
Oh,
is this like gonna get
does it look like
count? Just like,
drugs?
is this
Yeah.
like drugs? Like what's
I don't
going on?
know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
No, that's
yeah.
totally fair.
So anyway, so I got that. I got my essentials covered. So that was really good. It was kind of like a nice to kind of
Good.
that's why
So
I
that
think I feel
you
so
could properly
comfortable.
sage
Well,
everything.
exactly. Like I
Yes.
think that's why I feel a little bit more at home now. Is like, okay, like this
Yeah.
is like my normal stuff. Anyway, so I went to the
Yeah.
one, went to the bookstore. It was fine, but it was kind of like chaos, but it was just, it was
Mm.
great. But
I do
yes.
love me a good bookstore. I love collecting books. Do I read
Hmm.
them? No, but I
No,
have them. But I
exactly.
like them.
Are you a book witch?
Just I'm a collector
You're a
witch.
librarian witch.
So
Just
what I
collect.
have that I picked up is the Knight of Cups.
Ooh,
So
interesting
again, because I'm not,
card.
I know. So I'm curious. So
Knight of Cups.
this one,
It's a water element.
all right. So the meaning of this is idealism, particularly
Mhm.
around love and romance,
Mm.
unwitting self-indulgence, passionate but immature conviction,
Oh.
intuition, an impending opportunity, and an invitation or moodiness.
Hmm.
So,
Okay, I feel that from that card for
ah,
sure. For those, do you want to hold it up again? Let's look at the
yes,
card
of
again.
course.
It's like a gentleman sitting like cross-legged. It looks like ice. It's like sitting on like a
It
frozen
does.
lake of sorts.
Yeah,
So I think of like
it
frozen
does.
water, right? So like maybe an
Yeah,
opportunity is on pause.
yeah.
Um,
Everything's halted right now. Maybe it's because of emotion, though, too. It's halted because of
exactly.
emotion.
You're right. And it's like almost like the photo's like half done in some spots as well. So it's like
I
something's
know.
coming, something's building.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just
Yeah.
like you have to push through to let go of
Mhm.
the outcome, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you want this to happen, you have to let go of what the outcome you think is going to happen
Yeah. I
because
think
you
it's a
don't
matter of
know what's going to happen.
exactly let go of what the unknown is. Yeah.
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 Which is easier said than done. But
Exactly.
when you do, you're laughing.
Exactly. My biggest thing is like with that, as I've learned from personal experience, is like to if you've got okay, if you've got a certain outcome that you're looking for, but you've got stuff in your way, get it
Mhm,
out of your way. Do you know what I mean?
mhm,
Create your ending, right? So like
mhm.
make, do your best to you've done everything you can to give your outcome, right? If that makes any sense. To
Totally.
give your outcome, blah blah
It's
blah
the
blah
same.
blah.
It's the same thing with like creating a to-do list, and like there's gonna be some easy stuff on there and some hard stuff on there.
Yeah, you have to just keep picking away at it.
Like,
Exactly.
what's the most priority out of it? If it's an easy one that it's priority, get it done.
Get done.
The hard one is definitely gonna be weighing on you longer, but if it's not priority, if
Yeah,
you can make it work that day, do it. But if you don't, gotta let go of it.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my animal spirit, good Lilith from Kincrans, my girl.
Yes.
Okay, my people, what do you need to hear? Okay, let's see, listener. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. A snake. A snake.
A
A
snickety
snake.
snake, hey?
Have you seen that? What is
Oh.
it? Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom,
No,
mushroom. Oh my goodness.
no,
People, no.
since you've left with the babies, I watch nothing.
Snake. Oh, it's like from when we were growing up. Like it's like
Oh,
one of the first YouTube videos. I'll find it. Badger,
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 badger.
badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, a
No,
badger,
I don't
badger,
remember.
badger. And then it's a
That's
snake, a
hilarious.
snake. Okay, anyways, that's enough. People are like, yes.
Ooh. They're like, we get it.
We get it. Exactly. Jessica, move
The
on. Next,
method
we'll be
should be
talking
good though.
about the Snape,
Snape.
Severus Snape,
Oh
Dumbledore.
God.
Yeah. Um, okay, so the snake. guardian
Yes.
of unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How could you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste, the snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. So when in balance, we're prosperous, creative, and charismatic. When we're out of balance, starts and stops many things. That makes a lot of sense. To bring into balance, yoga or meditation.
Yeah. So with my animal book, that's
Mhm.
very much on par, but it literally is very blunt.
Yeah.
You're about to go through some significant personal changes, so intense and dramatic that your old self will metaphorically die as a new self emerges.
Oh my.
I was like, oh shit, you're going to feel a
That's neat.
surge of energy that's going to sharpen your senses, alert your mental faculties, and open up new channels of awareness.
I got chills when you said that. Oh my
Legit.
goodness.
I know it's like you're about to resolve a long-standing issue, one that's required a great deal of attention by seeing things in a new light.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you're going to experience a
Perspective.
dramatic and unexpected physical or emotional healing very soon, coming from a very unexpected source.
I love
So,
that. I hope
the
that
snake
rings
is here to
true.
stir shit up.
Exactly. And it sounds like a good way. But yes, if you're a starter and a
so.
stopper, now's the time to finish your projects, get shit
You have
done.
to push through. Push
Now's
through.
the
Just
time.
like literally, just both cards just make sense together.
Exactly.
Push through.
Push through.
You're going to be given that energy. Fucking
Mhm.
do it.
Exactly. You have the energy within you. Just tap it and go. You have to see it through to the end. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I love that.
I love that. That's
Wicked
fantastic.
message.
Wicked is right.
Wicked.
Witched.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. So bad.
TM.
TM. TM. We're gonna TM anything. Yes. Do you know what TM stands for?
Trademark?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was just checking.
What do you think? Oh, yeah.
I was like, I feel like I've only learned that recently. So it's like my fun fact of the day. Like TM. I'm like, oh, what does it mean?
Like, is that a trick question? Am I not supposed to know?
Nope. It was a proud
funny.
moment for myself. It's very good. Yeah.
But you did it, Jess.
I
You
did it. We did it,
You did
Brittany.
it.
We got
We
through this
did do it.
episode. We got through 2
We
parts
did it.
of witchery.
Yeah. They did it.
Yeah.
I freaking love it. Sweet.
I love it. I freaking love
As
it.
always, I freaking love it.
Love it.
Well, we look forward to any messages that come in our DMs, emails, comments to anything. You can find us on
Text
you can
messages.
Find us on, you want our cell phone number? I'll give it to you.
You can mail us at P.O. Box. I'm just kidding. Don't mail us, but email
Please
us.
don't mail us.
You could
email us though.
You could email us at basicbanter4witches@gmail.com, and that is 4 with FOR. Basic Banter for Witches on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes, these fun little vids. You get to see little clips on Instagram, but like you get to see the whole damn thing on YouTube. And we have a blast. And I hope you have a blast.
It's a fun time. Whoever actually watches the YouTube videos, like, holy frick, you guys see just like chaotic.
I'm sure.
In the background from both Jessica and I all the time.
I know.
We're like, hey, dogs, kids, dogs.
Hey, dog. Hey, let's take a call-in break and just like let him go. I don't know what he said last episode. I haven't decided if I'm gonna cut it out or not. Maybe I'll shorten it.
No,
I'm sure it was probably like 40 seconds, but like that's a long time in podcast land when it's like quiet. And I'm like, hey, talking to the mic. This is the mic. Say hi to Auntie. Say hi to Auntie. And he's just like, in his pajamas and his big eyes. He's like, what is this?
Who cares? Yes, what is this? No, keep it in. Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? You're right. Okay.
Well, that's the thing. People are here for the chaos.
Exactly. Okay. I love you.
I love you too. And we'll see you soon, guys.
See you soon, guys. Bye-bye. We love you. Bye.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.